Up guys, Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. April 4th, huge day, big win, Tesla puts. If you guys did not watch my video from yesterday, you don't probably know why I'm so excited or why I'm in such a good mood today. Really great day. I took a swing trade on some Tesla puts yesterday, and they paid off absolutely huge. Way more of a move than I originally expected going into this trade. And that swing trade from yesterday on the puts, just absolute home run. If you did not watch my video from just yesterday where I talked about the Tesla put option trade, please go back, watch that video. I break down the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, everything behind the reason for this Tesla trade. And I'll take you guys to my trade announcements just to show you. This is the hold on. So here is, okay, this is the screenshot from my trade alerts yesterday. Okay, if you watch my video from yesterday, you'll see these trade alerts where you see I got Tesla 290 April 5th expiration puts at 525. Okay, I sold some at $6 just to lighten my risk going into the overnight hold because Tesla was due to report Q1 delivery figures. And then today, here's the alert from today. At 9:32 a.m., right off the gap down, final take profit, sold Tesla 290.45 put at 27.60 from yesterday's 525 entry. That is a 426% gain. Ridiculous trade. Guys, you can see some members were just absolutely crushing this. I mean, look at this. One member, hey, was away from home office all morning. Great call on the Tesla puts. I have the April 18 expire, but I sold half at the open and pocketed 300% and 12K. So another big win there from one member. Somebody else just real short and sweet. Just wrote, here, I'll zoom it in. Just wrote 5K. That's it. Talk about being excited about making a few $1,000 in a day. But guys, just a great trade, a really great trade. And I'll go back to the daily chart. You know, we had a technical pattern here on a descending wedge. Okay, descending wedge. You can see the resistance levels up here on this technical pattern. But really the core behind this trade was the fundamental catalyst of Tesla reporting Q1 deliveries. And I'll just touch upon this a little bit, recapping kind of from yesterday when I initially entered the trade. I like this trade because I had a fundamental catalyst where Tesla was supposed to report Q1 deliveries anywhere between April 1st and April 3rd from the reports that I was reading. And I thought that because it was delayed and you see that it was April 3rd and they still hadn't released, I thought that was a negative sign because I feel like Elon Musk, his personality, that if the numbers were good, he would come flying out of the gates with those numbers and get them out to the market as quickly as he possibly could, not wait. So the fact that they were delayed a little bit, I felt a little bit like that might be a negative sign. I also recalled not too long ago when Musk sent out an official memo to employees at Tesla about trying to rally the troops, about stay late, work hard, help us reach these delivery numbers. I read that as a sign of desperation, not true camaraderie. And then you also had Elon Musk in court today with his whole contempt of court charge and the issue with the SEC. So you had a possibility of maybe negative news coming out of that. You had the possibility of negative Q1 numbers. And then let's say for whatever reason they didn't announce and it was delayed even further, because that could have happened too. I still thought to myself that, okay, I have a chance of Q1 numbers being bad or good. That's a 50% shot. I'm leaning in the side of they're going to be bad based on the little things that we just talked about. Then we've got they're in court. There's a possibility of something bad coming out of that. And even if the numbers get completely delayed, okay, I have this technical pattern where I felt we were going to find resistance right up in here and then pull back away from this level. Okay, so I got the Friday expiration puts yesterday at 525, and I sold them today on this huge gap down. Disappointing Q1 delivery numbers. This is a further gap down than even I expected. An absolute monster trade. I sold those puts right at the open, 426% gain. It was just a phenomenal day, a phenomenal trade. And what I'll point out to you guys is when you are going into a fundamental catalyst like this and you're trading options, you have to understand that 100% of your investment is at risk. Okay, when you're going into like earnings, an FDA announcement, okay, something like this that's a major fundamental catalyst, and you're taking a bet one way or the other on options, if it's a straight option play, meaning you're buying puts or you're buying calls, there's more complex option strategies where you can do different combinations of calls and puts that you can protect yourself in either direction. But as far as for this video, which will be just basic beginner's options trading, buying puts, buying calls, if you're going into a fundamental catalyst like this and you're taking a bet one way or the other, you are risking 100% of your investment. You have to understand that. Okay, I bought 20 contracts yesterday at 525. I sold 5 of them at $6. I held 15 overnight, and I sold those 15 at 27.60. Big win. Okay, but you have to understand, I'm risking the investment on those 15 contracts, 100% of it, because if the numbers came out strong and this gapped up to 305, my contracts are going to expire worthless. Okay, my 290 puts that expire on Friday would be almost worthless today. There'd be some little bit of time value in there, but very little. And I would have lost maybe 80, 90% of the investment. You have to understand that going into a fundamental catalyst like that. Okay, that doesn't happen with a stock. When you buy a stock, you can't lose 100% of your investment. The chances of the stock going to absolute zero is like 0.001%. It could happen. It has happened. But the chances of that happening are very, very slim. But the chance of that happening with an options trade is very real. So you have to understand that and make sure that the risk reward makes sense. In this case, I'm risking 100% to make 426%. I will take that all day long. You just got to make sure you're comfortable with possibly losing that 100%. Okay, so congrats to anybody that caught this trade, caught this action. We had a lot of members in chat that actually followed along with this swing trade from yesterday. A lot of people banked on it big. Was a huge win. So congrats to everybody. Also, guys, if you go back to March 22nd, I closed out another swing trade today. So just a couple videos ago, if you look back in my previous videos, you'll see I entered a swing trade short SMAR. And I shorted that from at 43.94. Okay, so if you go back and watch that video, I won't get into the analysis on this trade because it's a long analysis, but just go back and watch the video from, I believe it was March 22nd when I published the video that talks about when I opened a swing trade short SMAR, and my two targets, okay, was 39. Okay, this is why 39 was my first target, and you can see we hit that, and I took the bulk of my position off here. I've since made another video that talks about an update when I covered that piece of that position, said I was still holding on to more, looking for a final target of the 50-day moving average, and we hit it today. So I took my final profit off. I covered the rest of this position today, guys, at 38.13. 3-minute chart right there. Right there is where I covered the final piece of this swing trade going back. So I'll zoom this out. Right here is the entry. Okay, guys, and right here is the final take profit. Okay, so there's the action on that SMAR swing trade. So today's video is really, it's just, you know, kind of a recap on these swings. Okay, kind of just a recap on these swing trades. I made a little bit of money in YRIV today. We can talk about this one. YRIV was on the watch list today. It exploded right off the bell. I wasn't paying attention to it though because obviously I was focusing on Tesla. So right off the bell, it just ripped. I didn't trade any of this because I was focusing on the Tesla trade. But what I did notice was that we started to see the 50 Fibonacci level, okay, hold support. All right, and once I started to see this, I went ahead and I took a tier 1 position right there because I saw this little downtrend resistance line. We formed this little bit of a wedge pattern, and I said on a break out of that downtrend line, I'll add tier 2. I added tier 2 right there on the break out of that downtrend line, and then the stock made its run during lunchtime. I really didn't want to see the stock make its run during lunchtime because, you know, stocks, they tend to fail more often than not when they try to break highs during lunch. So I took my first profit off right here in front of the high. I took my bulk of my position off near the right when we broke through the high, and I held on to one last piece, and when we broke back down below VWAP, I sold out of that final piece right here. So I made a little bit of money on this trade as well. Unfortunately, guys, I already deleted, or I didn't get a chance to get the trade alerts because I had a one-on-one mentorship session with a member today, and I forgot to take the screenshots, and I closed out the chat. I closed out the chats before these trades took place, or before I was able to take the screenshot of those trade alerts. So I don't have the trade alerts from YRIV. I'm sure I'll get a couple of people be like, "Oh, where's your trade alerts?" But I just figured I would go over it was a trade today, so I figured I would go over it with you. But I had a one-on-one mentor session with one of our members. It's something that I do with our members. One-on-one mentor stuff. We go over lessons and whatever issues that an individual wants to cover, whether it be day trading, swing trading, it could be options, could be technical analysis, could be mental stuff and lessons and exercises and basically whatever they want to cover. And I spend about an hour with them on the phone, and we go over a lot of different topics. We do screen shares and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. I love talking to a lot of our members. It's one thing to see a screen name in chat or see a screen name on the comments below, but talking to somebody I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. So that's it, guys. Big day. Great stuff. Really, really, really great stuff. Far better action on that Tesla trade than I could have ever hoped for. I was just hoping for a gap down to like 280. We gapped all the way down to 260. So way bigger of a move than even I expected, because they were only pricing in about $9.50 a move on that Tesla trade, one way or the other, up or down. You'll see in my video from yesterday. Just go back, rewatch it. I just want to give you guys updates on those trades because it was a sick day. It was an awesome day. All right. So that's it, guys. Shoot me some comments below. Give me a like. Give me a share. Subscribe. I love the love. I respond to all the comments. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.